Hello and welcome to that thing where we do the thing.
Alright, so I'm RyeTheGuy.
Quality intro.
Who are you, Jed?
Wait,
I think
that's
he
his
just,
real
I think
name.
he just did it. I think he just figured that part out.
I am SookTook. Jed over there is Soji.
I am Soji, yes.
Way to go.
I am Soji.
So,
But,
awful
just to confuse
intro.
you, my player tag is player 2.
It's alright, it's our
My
first
gamer
time.
tag is player 2.
Okay, so this is our first episode of the podcast in Good at YouTube. This is a YouTube channel that we are creating. Us three friends. We are in what we are calling the closet at the moment, and that's what
Because this
fun-
basically is a closet.
That's what fun fact. This entire whole
Screwdriver.
channel that we're
yeah,
starting.
the podcast
is based
thingy.
on.
We're gonna be calling this podcast the closet. So we're just gonna be playing Smash, and for this first episode, we're gonna be talking about the history of Smash.
This specific game. This is more of a goodbye to the good old Smash 4 that you see on
Smash
screen.
Ultimate comes out in less than 3 days.
Yeah, it's 2 days,
2 days.
something hours. I didn't check.
So yeah,
You didn't
so
check? What's wrong with you? You sick?
Little
that's
bit.
fair. Okay, so who we have first
not
up,
that
as
kind of
you can
sick.
see down the bottom left, we
Wait,
have
hold on.
SookTook
Did you move?
playing against player 2 because Jed doesn't want to put on a gamer tag.
No, that is my gamer tag.
It's his gamer tag in
No, I'll
Smash.
show you. Let me show him. It is my gamer
It's like actually player 2.
Yeah, like I typed out player 2.
Okay. Alright, so, Toby, what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the creation of Smash?
This is a little podcast. Okay, this is a podcast we're starting on just basically the history of Smash in general. And I thought this would be a nice love letter to the wonderful Smash 4 that I've spent hours and hours on.
Hours and hours is a bit of an understatement.
A little bit of an understatement, yes, out of anyone in this room. for
That's
sure.
correct. So would you say that you're definitely the biggest Smash head?
Yeah, I'm probably
Out of
gonna get
us
my
three.
butt kicked though. Oh,
Yeah,
Toby,
Dude,
Toby,
your Mario
who
is
do you like
trash
to
by
main
far.
the most?
my boy Mario, who I'm running right now against Corrin, which is actually a bad matchup if anyone spends their time learning this game. Which,
Yeah, it turns out Mario's bad against swords. I found that out from Toby.
And so, fun fact, Jed likes to main Corrin,
swords
the pink Corrin because she's cute.
Yeah,
obviously.
Not male Corrin because male Corrin is degenerate, etc.
Dude,
Yeah,
Melkorn's a bad
just
character.
basic Smash stuff. Well, I think we should get going on the actual topic.
Okay, so we have the first topic here.
I should have punished that.
The creation of Smash Bros. So, 1999, the first game came out, Smash Bros. On the 64. Toby, how is that? How?
I actually
What
have
about that?
I have a lot of information on that game. So
Okay.
it was just a rough launch by Sakurai, the creator of the game,
Yeah.
and it was just a small launch. You know, it had Kirby because that was the original game that Sakurai ever made.
Right. Kirby
had-
is Sakurai's baby.
Yeah, and that's why he's. Well, that's a different topic.
We'll get to that eventually.
It's the reason he's the only one who survived it.
Why?
It's the
Okay,
only reason
and-
he's the only one who survived the trailer. Are hazards turned off?
Oh yeah,
Why does... Hold on, quick question. Why does this look like the Wii Sports Resort Island?
because it is.
No, this is Pilot.
Oh,
No, but look, it's like the same as the
it
Wii
is
Sports
the Wii Sports
Island.
Resort.
We have to go. We have to stay on topic, Jed.
Okay,
Sorry.
in 1999, he released a game with 8 characters and 4 unlockables with a total of 12 characters. I don't know the full roster. I know Kirby, the Mario
was
Brothers,
Samus,
were on
Mario,
there, Samus,
Luigi.
Fox.
Pikachu was in there.
Oh, I just
Jigglypuff was in there.
It was a pretty rough game, and it actually didn't have what I could show you on screen here if Jed stops attacking me. Is it didn't have side specials? So like Mario has his cape, which is where I put the input of side and B at the same time. It didn't have those, and it had like really really big shields, so like they didn't break easily.
So it's basically just the beginning of
Just
it.
a rough draft.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It was, late 90s, so fighting games weren't super big at the moment. Well, I mean, I guess they were big, but
so you had Tekken,
they weren't
Mortal
super
Kombat, things like
in depth. Is the thing.
Street Fighter's what put it on the map.
Exactly.
That's probably why Nintendo approved.
So, but what 64 is still played today, but it's it's not a huge community.
It's honestly more of a combo game because it has the best combo game out of all the games.
And what do you mean by that, Toby?
Like it's the items in that game are just ridiculous. And
Okay.
you can just set up really ridiculous combos because it's really easy. And it's like there's combo tournaments that happen to see who can get the highest combo number on the combo counter in the game.
Yeah.
At like the SmashCon convention that happens every year.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
So
How does it feel?
So from Smash 64, a few years later, what was it? 3 years? 2 years. Smash Bros. Melee came out in 2001.
That's actually pretty
salty
surprising
fan
that
base
2
that
years after. Okay, well, Jed, you can leave your salts behind about this.
No, I'm not salty, but I'm saying that the Melee fan base is the saltiest fan base there is.
Well, there goes my DI.
I don't know if that's the saltiest. I feel like the most
Smash-
degenerate, but
Oh yeah, you say you got Fortnite and Overwatch fan bases.
okay. So anyway, so
It was 2 years after the release of Smash 64, which is actually for Smash Bros. Game a very short gap. That's even shorter than the gap that we have for this new game that's coming out in 2 days.
so that 2 years for a sequel in general is
A sequel
insane.
in general, but a sequel for a fighting game is ridiculous.
to put that on the map is ridiculous.
Average is 4 to 5 years
Exactly.
to make one.
So
And
Sakurai, the creator of Smash Bros. Obviously, he had a huge team working on Melee.
he literally
He spent
3 days in a row just. He spent like 3 days in a row
serious.
just not sleeping, working on characters after characters, and there were a few that had to be dropped, but overall there was an impressive roster.
So the roster was what, doubled? I believe it was up to
more than doubled. It was like 48 or not.
No,
48,
it was
no,
like
that's
up to
ridiculous.
25
It
or
was like
26.
It was definitely doubled. And it's an impressive roster. I mean, this game was pumped.
And so
out. And
Melee,
a graphics upgrade, and it came out on the GameCube.
exactly. So the GameCube already was not a very well selling system. Melee is what really put the GameCube on the map, if I were to say. Because there were games like Sunshine at the time, but
smashing.
a lot of people did not like Super Mario Sunshine. Fun fact.
Someone here is a little salty about that one.
I love that game, and we'll talk about that eventually in one of these podcasts. But it is a very good game, and if you disagree, you're dumb. You just love throwing out those forward aerials.
Just wait, here comes another.
Dude, no, it's all he does. It's the only move he knows on that character, I think.
Are you kidding me? I know this character top to bottom. You want to get up tilted? You better calm
okay,
down.
Try it, boy. Let's go.
Back down. Back to topic. Okay, so anyways, where were we?
Something about
Jed sucks butts at
So yeah, so the
Ding dong, your
roster,
opinion
the
is
roster was the roster was more than doubled. But what's insane about
Oh, is that it? No.
Melee is not really the intended mechanics. Ooh, that must suck, Toby.
Ooh.
The intended mechanics isn't what really put Melee on the map. So like for the first few years, obviously it was pretty big. There were some tournaments, yeah.
Yeah, there were a few, but like the internet wasn't really growing. Like there were some forums online. There was
Yeah.
like one website for Melee,
Right.
but like it wasn't developed enough. And like
But then eventually people started figuring out things about
breaking the
Melee.
game.
Yeah, so basically, the reason Melee is so good is because you can play it at such a high pace, high speed pace, that it's ridiculous, basically, to put it simply.
It's still a
put it
popular
simply
game
the
today.
fastest Smash game out there.
Yes, so you have to have very fast reaction times, you have to have very vast knowledge of the game, you have to be able to do quite insane things to be able to play Melee. Melee itself is a work of art, and that's not because of how they intended to make it, but because of people figuring out how to break the game with things called wave dashing, and
wave dashing,
things like L canceling. There's a lot of stuff about
Just
Melee.
using
It takes
Which-
a lot of work to play Melee. I
Which
mean, that's a-
we can't go much into Melee right now because we obviously are not playing Melee. We're playing Smash 4. So eventually we'll play Melee on the channel and we'll talk about it then. Yes, we will. We're gonna play Project M as well, which Project M, by the way, is the best Smash game.
Another one of those very strong opinions.
How did-
Oh my god!
Oof.
I didn't expect that to kill, but you
Oof.
know, it's
I am
whatever.
really bad at this game.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so that's basically what Melee is. Melee was the second iteration of the game. It was really good. It was fun. There was a lot of stuff, and now the community itself is huge
Well,
for
it's
Smash Bros.
still played to this day. It is
Yeah.
2018 people, and the game came out more than
17 years ago.
Yeah,
Yep, 2001.
more than 15, I guess.
Yeah.
It's about to
Game
celebrate
is
their
as old
20th.
as I am.
Actually,
It is about to hit the 20th.
Smash Bros is about to celebrate its
Yeah.
20th anniversary,
Which
is great for the
which
release of
is
Smash Ultimate.
insane. It comes out. Actually, I think we already passed it. I think it was in November, but I could be wrong. I think it was November 17th.
What?
The anniversary for Smash. But I could be wrong. Also, we're at 10 minutes, by the way, so that's pretty
that's-
good. We've
that's
gone through
pretty good.
we've gone through our 3 points. We still have about 5 more. So
Switch that.
so then there was 2008 came around, right?
And that's
With
when,
the iteration of Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
This is a pretty controversial topic that I can that I can talk about here here pretty quickly.
I would argue that a majority of people know, like, of casual fans, wouldn't No.
This is the
So,
one that came
Brawl
out
the
on the
best.
Wii.
Everyone around our age is probably gonna know what Brawl is, right? That's fair saying because
Wait, did that kill? Oh,
it might have.
no, it's
Not
Okay.
that dumb.
The
That killed.
reason everyone of our age group really knew about Brawl was because it was bundled with the Wii when it came.
I didn't get that one actually. I got the Wii Sports and the.
And
one
the
with
Mario?
No, not the Mario one. The one.
Oh,
with
no,
the,
there we go.
The one with Archer. The
Oh yeah, I know.
Link's bow
yeah.
training. Link's crossbow training. That's what it's called.
So yeah. So anyways, maybe not you, but a lot of people I know have played Brawl. And that's just
Oh,
because it is a fun party game to play that came with your Wii U or with your Wii, and that itself was really cool. However, Brawl is kind of considered in the Smash community as the sad little child that you kick off to the side,
the
basically.
special one.
See, as a more competitive player of Smash
there we
Bros,
go.
you need to realize that this game, not the one that we're playing right now, but the one that came out on the Wii Brawl, is a very floaty, slow game. So, like, if you think this is slow compared to, like, Melee, if you ever...
Exactly. So you came back from. So
we go.
the thing about Smash Bros is that the people didn't like about Brawl is that it came out right after Melee. Well, not right after. It came out after Melee, and Melee itself was amazing. Right? Everyone still plays that game. They love it. It's super fast paced and has a very high level of skill to the game. However, Brawl kind of was the opposite of that. Brawl it attracted more of the casual gamers because it was much slower, it was much floatier. And if you guys don't know what floatier means, it means basically you just stay in the air longer.
Yeah, you jump higher, you don't go down as fast.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, you just kind of float around, in the air. Like you can see in game here, we could just...
So this game itself is pretty floaty, but like not nearly as bad as Brawl.
No, yeah, and Brawl had a lot going for it that was bad towards the competitive community.
See, but for a casual
It's
thing,
really-
it was
it's really
very good.
party game,
It
and
put
it's easy
Smash
for people
Bros.
who
on the
aren't
map.
super into
Yes,
it, but
it put a lot of people into Smash Bros. Because a lot of people got to know it because it was bundled with the Wii. Everyone played Smash Bros. Especially in my hometown, everyone played Smash Bros. You would go over to your friend's house and they'd be like, "Hey, you want to play Brawl?" And you'd just sit down and you play a game of Brawl. Also, something really cool is that there were so many new things from Melee. Sure, they dropped a few characters like Mewtwo and Pichu and stuff like that, but they added all new characters like Meta Knight and Snake was one of them. Sonic was insane to see in Brawl because when Sakurai created the game, he said that there was going to be no third-party characters, and then Sonic came along.
Wow.
And Sonic kind of just broke that rule, which is really cool. So Brawl, it in itself may not have been a good game, but it inspired a lot of people and it inspired a lot of things to make way for this game. And now, I will say I don't like this game all that much. I think that it is a fun game, but I don't think that it is the best Smash Bros. Game. I think it's probably about the third or fourth.
That is where we have a different opinion. Wait, which is, are we talking about Smash 4 now?
Yes, so...
Okay, this is where I come in.
No, wait.
No, this is where I come in, because you're saying this game is bad, and I love it.
Well, I'm not done yet. What I'm saying is I'm still talking about Brawl.
Oh, see, well, that game sucks.
So, see, exactly. A lot of people think that. However, I think that it is a very good game if you're not trying to play competitively, because it added new items, it added an all-new story mode that is very fun for a single player.
It's technically returning in Ultimate.
Yeah, true. And so Brawl itself was not a great game, but it did a lot of good things for the Smash community.
yeah, it did
It definitely at least doubled the Smash
it
community.
fixed the problems that you might have had with Melee.
Exactly, it got rid of stuff like wave dashing and stuff like that.
Wobbling, well, no.
No, wobbling was still in there. However, one of the big problems of Brawl was that they created one singular character that was high above everyone else, and that was Meta Knight. So that made the competitive scene for the game just Meta Knight. When you went to tournaments for the game, when there were tournaments, there's not anymore because the game is irrelevant at this point. You just played against... Oh, what are you doing, Toby?
No, this is the worst.
You're getting
Two spots
destroyed.
down. I don't want to eat
I've lost 2 games. I'm trying to focus on the podcast, but
No, you're
also
really
play
not.
games.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
This is really bad.
Anyways, so what was
you
I
had
saying?
to bring it up.
Sorry.
Had to bring up how much Toby sucks.
So yeah, Meta Knight was insane in Brawl. Well, you'll say that Meta Knight.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
so
played Meta Knight.
He's got very fast aerials.
That is
He's
not
got
hard.
very low ending lag for everything. He's just kind of really good in the game, and his hitboxes are ridiculous, and that made it so that no one else could really touch him. So tournament play was only Meta Knight, and that was a big problem for the game. And then Smash 4 came along, and they kind of fixed that. They I feel like they evened out a lot of the characters.
I would say a good fix that they had for the Meta Knight problem was patches, which was was the first time that they started doing patches.
That's true, and
which is where
Brawl,
they started
did not have
caring about
patches.
the
competitive scene.
players.
Because at that point, in Brawl, I feel like they still didn't really care about competitive. They were like, I just want to make a fun party game, you know? They didn't really care. But then Smash 4 came along, and they saw how much people played Melee, and how
much they still play Melee.
Yeah, how big of a thing it was for competitive players to play Melee, and they realized very fast that in marketing they could market towards competitive players a lot more than casual players. However, they could do it for both, obviously, but with you can play like how we're playing right now. We're playing in a competitive standpoint, which is in an alpha mode stage, which gets rid of all the hazards, everything. It just puts it on a flat base. And it also gets rid of all the items, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically the competitive is no items, and then there's set competitive stages,
etc. 6 minutes in this game, and it's actually a 2-stock game, but I prefer 8 minutes, 4 stocks.
Yes.
Because that's how Melee was played.
So yeah, that was basically Brawl. Brawl was it's kind of the black sheep of the bunch. I will say that it did a lot of good things, but it is very controversial. A lot of people do not like the game. I am one of those people that don't like the game. I think that it is not a very fun game, but it is all right to joke around on. Yeah, exactly.
Did you just DI out of a death?
Yeah, yeah, he did.
I'm gonna lose.
And so that's really cool. Now on to Smash 4, Toby.
Okay, Smash 4 is my pot of tea, but before I start talking about that, I want to make one little comment about Brawl.
Okay.
I would say Brawl is where the split in the Smash community happened, which is the biggest problem that the community has.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree.
See, Brawl is where the competitive Melee players thought, this game sucks. I'm gonna go play Melee. All right. And
yes.
then people played Brawl, and a lot of people that played Brawl competitively, for the time that it lasted, which, trust me, was not very long, they moved on to Smash 4 when it came out, which is a pretty similar game. I just think it fixed a lot of the problems that Brawl had.
I agree. It fixed every problem, I feel, that Brawl had.
So there's this split between the Smash 4 community, the game we're playing now, and the Melee community from the game that came out in 2004, right?
Yes.
Talked about that date.
In 2001.
Oh, yeah. That's right. 2004.
Close enough.
Sure. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, there we go.
But, yeah. That's where the split happens. So you have the Smash 4 community, which is people that play Smash 4 competitively, and the Melee community, which is the people that still to this day play Melee.
No, it's okay. You can keep playing. If you want to play, talking.
If you want to play a more fast-paced,
unless you're done.
Fast-paced
game. If you
game.
don't want to play, then I'll play.
I can play.
If you want to play a more fast-paced game, then you play Melee. But if you want to play like a more defensive, think about it more game, it's gonna be Smash 4. And I obviously swing towards Smash 4.
Which I swing more towards Melee. I think Melee is much funner more fun because it is shut up. Because it's very fast paced. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. I feel like the Smash community in Melee is better than the than the 4 one. I think that the Ultimates community is gonna be really good because it's got a lot of stuff. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. However, I want to talk about one glaring thing about the Smash community that no one agrees on, and that is Project M.
You're gonna rant about this, huh?
So
I didn't put it on the list for a reason.
Okay. So Project M. So with the iteration of Brawl, people were very annoyed, let's say, about Brawl not being competitively viable, about Meta Knight being ridiculous, about the floatiness, about it not being fast, etc. They thought that it was not worth it. So a bunch of the people of the Smash community got together and they were like, you know what? How do we make Brawl good?
And they just made it Melee.
Well, let's look at the game before it. That was very good, Melee, and let's make it good again. So what they did is basically they took out things like tripping and stuff like that from. They made tripping what's called techable. Which, Toby, if you want to show off a tech.
Okay, go crazy. Give me a hit. Not that kind of hit.
Okay, well. So a tech is basically when you get hit onto the ground. Just throw him. Yeah, that works.
Okay, watch this. Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm pretty bad. Try it again.
Okay, hold on. Let's just...
You're really bad at this.
I am.
Toby, you're the one who missed the tech.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I forgot the Z button doesn't work on this controller.
Just ground pound on him again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was
technically a tech. It's just kind of hard
Here we go. Okay, see how he just jumped up right there? So what it is basically when you're falling, instead of splatting on the ground, you press the L or R button and you jump back up instantly. That's what's called a tech, and it allows you to do a lot of stuff, basically. So what they did in Project M is they allowed for you to
I didn't even know
to
that. I
tech
didn't know that they let you
tripping.
tech tripping.
Yeah, because they didn't get rid of tripping.
That was a tech right there. That little red spiral thing that happened in front of me.
So yeah. Anyways,
there we go.
that's death. That's a shame.
That's what we call stalling him out because he's bad.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I'm bad.
Anyways, so that was really good. That was a big thing that they fixed. They also made it much faster. They made it.
Much faster.
They basically just made it melee with Brawl characters, and they added the melee characters in there, like Mewtwo that they took out and stuff, and they put him back
They
in.
plan to add more, but there's a little bit of a sad ending to the
Okay,
story.
so Project M is my favorite Smash game. Subjectively, obviously, I think that it is amazing.
Did I
I think
just-
that it is very good. You did.
I just pivoted backwards into a grab.
I think that is very fun and very fast paced, and it's got everything that's good in Brawl and everything good in Melee, all put into one thing. However, Nintendo didn't really feel that way. They felt that
plagiarism.
yeah, basically they felt that
Which
they
is
were
a-
not allowed to make their
It's a
own game.
glaring problem in any
Nintendo
lot
thing
of
ever.
thing.
And actually, just game communities in general. I mean, there was
Which I mean makes sense. You don't want
obviously.
your stuff being plagiarized basically.
Well,
Which is what they were
yeah.
doing. They took something really good and really bad, and they made their own thing. But those two things obviously were the Smash Bros. Games, and they made their own Smash Bros. Games.
here's where you have to get into the argument of the balance between the company's wishes and the players'
Okay,
wishes.
well we can't talk
We
about
can't
that.
talk about that right now. We
We'll
still
talk
have
about that next
Ultimate
episode.
to talk about and the end of this wonderful game.
Yeah, we're only 22 minutes in. We'll be fine. So yeah,
There we go.
I love Project M. Fun fact, it is a very fun game. It's very fast paced. It's very cool. There's a lot of cool combos you can do. It's very balanced, I feel. You can be good with literally the worst characters like Squirtle you can be really good with, and Squirtle sucks. But he's
Don't
very
be hating
fun
on-
when you're
don't
good.
Be hating on my
Don't
boy
be hating
Squirrel.
on
And
the
I-
other boy.
He was, dude, don't be hating on Waterboy there, dude.
See, and I can say that because I main Game & Watch in this game. And
Oh,
Game &
yeah,
Watch has
okay,
been
yeah.
E tier since he was introduced, so I like the bad characters. I think they're very fun to play. Anyways,
I like playing
play
good
Brawl.
characters, which is why I'm playing
Nintendo-
good old top 20 boy.
Nintendo decided that
Would you stop
Project
being a
M wasn't allowed to be on the market anymore. It wasn't being sold basically. It was non-profit. It was just a bunch of people who liked Smash Bros. Who wanted to improve Brawl.
It was fan made.
But basically, Nintendo didn't like it, so they told them to shut it down basically, and they brought in lawyers and everything, and they had forcibly shut them down. And then out of that, Smash Bros. For the Wii U came out, which we've already kind of talked about. And so that after all of that, there's this game. This game is it's pretty fun. It's not bad. It's very easy for a casual player to get in and learn the basic things
Okay, I'm really
and be
bad
able
at
to
this
be
game.
good at it.
Which was me
You know?
recently, up until recently.
Exactly. Jed just learned what teching was basically like last week.
Like,
Oh
and,
yeah,
Last
exactly.
week.
No, it wasn't last week. It was earlier this week.
and as you can see, he's doing better than Toby in a lot of things. Toby is, yes, messing up a lot, but
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Ooh.
god. Oh!
Okay.
See, that's a mechanic they need to fix, but
Yeah,
that's
they
a
covered
that's a
for
pot of
fun,
tea we
yeah.
can talk about later.
so yeah, so it's very good. This game, it's got some problems. They before DLC, I feel like it was very good. Yeah.
Before
No,
DLC?
no.
Well, but there
You
are
don't think
also
so?
there are also some really
Greninja,
good DLC characters.
pre-nerf Greninja, pre-nerf Diddy.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, after all the
Patches.
nerfs, after all the patches and everything, I feel like it was a pretty
Okay,
balanced game
100%.
before they added Bayonetta and Cloud.
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
that
I
agreeable?
think they're fun characters though.
I agree that
They're fun, but they're
characters.
also kind of meta
They do ruin the whole who's gonna win, which
So
player has a
basically,
better
the meta for this game now, and you know, a lot of people in the Smash community will say that I'm wrong, but like I'm not. Is the thing is Bayonetta is
your opinion
the
is wrong.
best. There are
yeah.
counters to her, but they are
Yeah.
very minimal counters to her.
It's very hard to
It's
beat
very
Bayonetta.
limited to one situation basically.
yeah,
Especially-
And what is that situation, Toby?
Okay, so well, we could play Bayonetta.
That's okay.
If a band, hey, you just mad.
You won.
I
You
was
won.
gonna
Shake my
win.
hand. You won.
Anyways, okay. So Bayonetta was introduced into this game obviously as a DLC, and she kind of broke the game because
She was technically the last deal.
she was very good, very good. She's got very good hitboxes. She's very fast. She's got 4 jumps. She's really good, basically. To put it nicely, she's very good. And because of that,
Still on blast in the group chat.
happens. Because of that, this game, a lot of people don't like Smash 4 anymore because of Bayonetta.
Well, here's a good example of said problem. the latest Evo tournament, which I want to talk about Evo for a second. It's basically the Super Bowl of fighting games.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
It's
It's
every
the
year
biggest
thing.
tournament,
It's
obviously.
it's the biggest tournament out of anyone. If anyone's playing like
Kirby's so emo. Look at that cut.
Oh,
Anyways,
it's that Bayo cut.
Anyways, back to it.
It's
What were you
that
saying, Toby?
Bayo cut. I would say that's where you like prove that you were the best out of anyone in a certain fighting game. I mean, people play Mortal Kombat here, people play Tekken here, they play Street Fighter, like they play everything. And Smash Bros. Of course is also on that roster because it is also a competitive. Wow, I'm making a lot of mistakes. It's also a competitive fighting game, 2D
Yes.
fighting game to be specific, and just like those games, it deserves a spot. In this latest recent one, which is going to be the last one for Smash 4, and we can talk about that in a second.
Yeah, with the Rise of Ultimate.
The last battle, like
Oh,
ever,
there I go,
the
dude.
final tournament ever was fought between 2 Bayonettas. So basically, it's called a Bayonetta Ditto, which is where 2 people play the same character. That's what a Ditto is.
Because
But in this specific one, well, they just sat there and did this for like 3 minutes. Everyone got really angry at them because, one, all of them hated Bayonetta, which is another good argument towards...
Everyone in the Smash community does not like Bayonetta because they feel like she broke the game, which she
Which,
kind of did.
in my opinion, yeah, she did. I mean, like...
So a lot of people disagree with that. But,
like, you know that Kirby I was
I think
having a
you're wrong.
problem with before? Yeah, no, it's really easy.
So anyways, yeah. So, Bayonetta, she got and changed the game. The whole thing. Smash Bros. For the Wii U is on its deathbed.
Pretty
Will you
much.
agree with me?
I would... yeah, that's...
Do you think that it's going to be competitively
no,
viable
no.
to play this
I
game?
think it's going to die like Brawl did.
Okay. And why is that?
Well, because Brawl did.
Well, no, why do you think? What is killing it?
What's killing it? The new game that comes out in
Rise
2
of
days.
Ultimate.
Yeah,
Smash
okay,
Bros.
so
Ultimate.
Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out in December 7th. Or on December
Just
7th.
walk
It
in.
is. It's basically going to be this game with improved mechanics, basically.
And yeah, they made it
They've got
faster.
more
which is what
characters.
everyone wanted.
Yes,
everyone wanted a faster Smash Bros. Game, but not melee fast. You know.
Exactly. So
And
it's
that game is
still
cool.
so casuals can get in and play it, but not be ridiculous like Melee is.
Melee, yeah, because melee's really hard to get into if you want to look at it competitively. I mean, there's like a lot that goes into it. Like there's
Especially the
there's
people who've been
called
playing it have been
Guys.
playing. Yeah, so there's people like Mewtwo King who have been playing the game, since it was released, basically. Anyways, so Ultimate's gonna be a good way for casual players to get in and actually be good at the game. You think?
Yes.
So, why are we doing this whole goodbye Smash?
Well,
for?
I think personally, since this is my favorite game out of all the Smash Bros,
Yeah.
I think this game deserves a nice goodbye.
I think so.
This is one of my...
I think that it's done a lot for the Smash community so far. The Smash community is
I think it
vast and very good.
I would just want us to like
Kirby's got
play
glasses,
Smash
that's
Bros.
cute.
Watch me get my butt kicked for the 5th time.
Kirby's got glasses now. It's cute. Anyways, what were you saying, Toby?
this is Bayo. Why didn't it kill at 0?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I know, right? But I think this game did a lot for the Smash community, and I want it to just be remembered, not just forgotten because there was a Bayo Ditto in the
I agree.
grand
I
finals
agree.
of thing. I just want to last goodbye to this wonderful game.
and a lot of
before
people
I start
don't
playing
like-
Ultimate.
A lot of people don't like this game.
A lot of people don't like this game.
A
And
lot of the Smash community think that this game is not good.
just also a good reason for that is
because
there's
of
a
Bayonetta.
more polished game coming out too.
That too, yeah.
But like the main version is the 2
Oh,
big
no, no.
DLCs that came out.
Huh, I'm surprised you didn't down smash there.
Yeah, I messed up. I was actually gonna go for a down air, but
Yeah, I thought you
I
were
have
just
another
gonna stay
life.
on
It's
ledge.
basically 2 lives with her.
That's fair. Yeah, so Ultimate's coming out. Are you really excited for that game?
I am really excited for that game. I've been waiting 9 months for this. I have been counting the hours. All of my friends are sick of me.
That's true. I can
true.
attest for that.
Wait,
You forced Madeline to keep track of when it comes out for you.
I forced a lot of people to do it.
So tell me, what do you think the new game is going to hold for the future of Smash 4?
For Smash 4,
And how does the
I
new
think it's
game
gonna
work?
murder Smash 4.
I do too.
I mean,
So-
there's Smash 4 had a wonderful start. It was 2015. It was the start of
you
it was
had,
the start of a
people
bunch
start
of
rising like
communities.
Yeah, you had people like Zero who came in. Zero, by the way, is the best Smash Bros. Player in the
Smash
entire
4
game. Smash 4
player.
player, sorry, in the entire world. He's
like ever.
yeah.
Like he's
And he's playing Ultimate now, and we'll see how he's going up against some really tough competition in Ultimate.
Really tough. Because there's these newcomers that came in when DLC came out. So there's also a split between. I'll play Mario.
Yeah, so there's the original Smash 4s who came out when the game played.
Before DLC came out.
And then the DLC characters came out, 2 years later?
Yeah.
2 years later, in I believe 2016, 2017, something like that.
2016, 2017, I think.
And then a bunch of those people came in. Who were those? What are some of the big names?
Leo,
MK Leo, yeah.
Captain Z.
So there's some people that Zero's kind of wanting to.
And we'll see how he fits against those guys. 'Cause
Yeah.
those guys were like the Bayonetta kings. Like he retired.
Exactly.
After like a year of doing tournaments perfectly.
Every single week.
Yeah, and
he was at a tournament.
Yeah, so he kind of stopped. Well, that was fun.
Which is understandable.
Well, yeah, that guy had like a crazy schedule. That's a different story.
Anyways, so
God, you're such a
there's gonna be a rise to gonna be a huge new community, I think, to this new game. I think that there's gonna be a lot in store for this game, and I think a lot of people are going to love this game.
Yeah, definitely, and it has a really good promise on the new system it's coming out on.
Exactly.
Like the Wii U of all games had a good community for Smashers.
However, the Wii U itself, not very many people liked. They thought that it was a very bad console.
We're playing it right now, and the only reason I care about this thing is because of Smash Bros. Don't
Exactly.
you dare quit.
That's how everyone feels basically. Is because of Smash. If you're not playing Smash Bros on the Wii U, what are you really doing on your Wii U?
Playing Breath of the Wild because you can't afford a Switch.
That's
but
fair.
That's different.
So yeah, the Wii U it's not a good system. We'll talk about that
Bottom
eventually
line,
in a
it kinda
different
blows.
podcast. Yeah, but basically it's Smash Ultimate it improves on everything.
I think it's gonna replace the Wii U. I can't wait to destroy this.
It's definitely gonna replace it. So this game's gonna die, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm probably never gonna touch this game again. You might play it.
I will. I'm gonna bring it to
But-
college. We're seniors. Probably shouldn't have told you that. Don't care.
Toby and I are going to college next year. That's correct. Jed, however, is a junior still, and he's not
he's
going.
gonna be lonely.
We'll talk to him a lot. Jed doesn't talk too much in this podcast, but that's because
I don't know.
he doesn't really know much about
No,
this
yeah,
game. He just
he's really
plays it
here
'cause
as a
it's fun.
demonstration for like technical stuff, if we want to show that, and he'll shine more in videos about games he knows.
Exactly. Yeah.
Later episodes.
We'll talk about more important stuff in later episodes, but for the time being, we're here. Yeah.
Oh, that was a close
Ooh.
cut. How does
Ooh.
it feel? You're about to get 3 stocked.
Ew.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing Mario.
You're
I'm
playing Link.
All right. So, anything else you guys want to add to the podcast? So, Smash 4, basically, it was a good game. It lived for a little while. I don't think it's
Rip in
particularly
peace.
the best, but I think it was all right. I think it was pretty fun.
Peace, old boy.
I think I'm very excited for Ultimate. I think Ultimate's communities can be amazing.
I think a good way to explain Smash 4 in a few words is thanks for being my life for 2 years.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I mean, you have more hours in
another
this
thing
game
I
than
want
you
to
do in
say is you had a
Fortnite.
wonderful start, and you kind of went bad after a little bit, but it was good to. They added a lot of things like more support by the developers for patches and stuff.
Yeah. Smash 4 is definitely it's.
Oh, there
So
I
I feel like Smash 4 has paved the road for competitive Smash, just like Brawl did.
Don't you dare.
Will you agree with me on that?
Yeah,
Do you think so? That has definitely paved the road. It has definitely added a lot to be able to get this game running, to get Ultimate running and being good.
Yeah, and we're.
And when
into the
Ultimate comes
future
out-
to Ultimate with better graphics.
Yeah.
This is garbage.
When Ultimate comes out, we're gonna be playing Ultimate a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun,
Yeah, we'll have
etc.
Ultimate content.
Yeah.
And like.
Literally,
2 days.
Probably next podcast.
Yeah, probably
maybe like
next
2 or
one.
3 podcasts.
Next 2 or 3. You okay with
we'll
that,
be playing
Jed? Just gonna
that.
play Ultimate, or do you want to
Sure.
play something else?
That's all right. We'll play Ultimate. Hey, it'll be a learning experience for all of us because I'm actually going to be maining one of the characters that is new.
Don't
to the
go
game.
into a new game. Or you're
I'm
closing
planning
off.
on maining Simon Belmont, who has not been in a Smash game before, so it'll be a learning experience for
Yeah,
everyone.
but he's gonna suck.
So that's
You know that.
hush,
that's
hush,
not
hush,
true.
hush. So that's really all I have to talk about. I think that's all Toby has to talk about, and Jet's just kind of here.
Smash
Yeah.
4 is better than Melee. Bottom line.
It's not, but
Fight.
you're allowed to your own opinion. Basically that's really all we have for this podcast. This is just our first rough draft. We haven't really gone too much into it yet.
So we'll see how the rest go.
Yeah, hopefully our next podcast is much better.
Yeah,
Hopefully this
just a-
audio is good. We're
just a
just
first
kind of
run.
testing this.
We will see.
Yeah, basically.
We will see you in the next one.
yeah,
I will see
basically.
you on the battle
on the
bus.
battle bus.
Can you guys stop?
we're gonna play some Fortnite on
Okay,
this
so
channel.
full disclosure,
Wait,
turns out
I'm
I'm
not gonna
quitting the
play Fortnite on
podcast. Looks like I'm quitting the podcast.
So Also, that's another thing I want to bring up about closing out this. This channel isn't just gonna be a podcast channel.
Yeah,
do you think that's right?
Yeah, I think.
You think we're gonna play some other games?
Lots of other games.
All right, cool.
A lot more Let's Play
multiple
based.
systems, lots of Let's Plays, walkthroughs,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, it's gonna
Well,
be.
maybe not so much
Not
walkthroughs.
walkthroughs, more Let's Plays.
I think it's gonna be a lot of Let's Plays. We're gonna be a lot of. I think we're gonna be similar to channels like FWOB, which is Friends Without Benefits.
No
if you
one
didn't
knows
know,
what that is, but
I love them,
it's really good.
and we're just gonna basically play games that we want to play, and not really care about what everyone else
Random
wants.
Dittos, come on.
Having a little fun. Random Ditto.
We'll play a lot about stuff like this. We're gonna do a lot in this channel, but this channel is basically just us three, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
Anyways,
Thanks for watching / listening to this
yeah, probably
Oh,
listening,
no.
but
to this rough start.
Oh, I don't know how to play a game in
yeah.
English.
Oh, that's the best character. Anyways,
No.
we'll get into that next episode. So, thanks for all watching, and thanks for staying tuned and, not leaving, etc. This is our first episode. We're hopefully going to improve in the next episodes. I think we've already said all that again.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the final goodbye to this awful Olimar. Thank you for ruining my life, Olimar.
This game
Goodbye.
is alright, but Ultimate's going to be a lot better.
And in the opinion of Toby, this game is amazing. I do think Ultimate's going to be better, but this game has a lot of wonderful things going on.
I agree. Alright. Well,
Is his grab?
I'll see you guys in the next episode.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Jed, you going to say bye?
Deuces.
God.